Hey, 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 it's Danny P. Gosh, it's been a months, maybe 6 months. I don't even know. I'm not even going to look at the last date of the videos. But I'm back. Yeah, totally back. Just got back from a ride actually, and I was pretty happy with the old 890 and some other recent changes. So I wanted to share them with you. So here's an update on what's been going on with the KTM 890 and the 390. Let's see if you can probably quickly pick out what's different, right? So first and foremost, I got some new rubber. I just threw out the old ones at 20 something hundred miles. Let's double check. I honestly forget how many miles are on the bike here. 2,587 miles. That is not a lot of miles, and the back tire was absolutely toast. It was down to the wear bars. So, just like everybody else did, way too much research and decided that I was going to get a little bit, better adventure style tires, less roadworthy tires. And I went with the Tusk 2-track from Rocky Mountain ATV. Gotta say, price, you can't touch it. It was under $300 for both tires. And to top it all off, I added some parts and pieces to the old garage capabilities. And we've got some tire spoons. We've got a wheel balancer. And somewhere over here in this mess, I need a bigger garage, is a tire changing stand. So as you can imagine, I finally bit the bullet and changed not only my tires, but I did my son's bike as well. So he's got new rubber, I've got new rubber. Look at these meaty suckers. Tusk 2-track. I just ripped them on a dirt road. Man, they're fantastic. You could still spin them up with the old 890 if you'd like. I've got the traction control dialed back quite a bit. So if you gas it, you can definitely light up the rear tire and get this thing, sideways, whatever you want to do. So that's still super fun. But what I really noticed was the bite of the front tire. It really gave a lot of confidence on the gravel road that I was just on. Much better than the original OEM tire, which, by the way, still had quite a lot of tread left on it. I would say at least would have went another 2,000 miles. But I ditched it for a match set since the price was right. So the other change, obviously, is I took the front fender off and I went with the high mount fender, also from Tusk, I believe. And it came with, the white fender, and it came with two plain black fork guards, which I still have in the box because you can take, there's a screw that screws both pieces together because the original OEM kind of overlaps here with the fender. So they're connected, but you can take them apart and still use them with this. Plus, they already have graphics on them, and it looks a lot better. The high mount fender, if you can see back there, is just 2 bolts on the top and 2 bolts on the bottom that go into factory OEM locations with a longer screw. So you don't make any modifications with the exception of removing I guess I'll call it a wire stay. It's just something that's bolted to the bottom of the steering stabilizer that keeps the wires neat and tidy. That has to be removed, but it certainly doesn't impact anything. And these are the wires up here that we're talking about. If you can kind of get a look at them, they are not going anywhere. The graphic here is separate. I got that off of Amazon. The same good folks that made the graphic for my son's front forks. Maybe if I think about it, I'll add a link. But yeah, super great. Also got rid of the stock handguards and put the Cherbis handguards on here. I forget which model these are, but one thing to look out for is the clutch lever when you operate this. As you can see, it pushes forward. So to get clearance on the bracket, you have to make sure you mount it at the right elevation. Maybe it's different for other style or models of this particular handguard because there are multiple to choose from. But I thought I was going to add a little bit of white flair to it. So with the white front fender, the white handguards, and you got the white in the back, it looks pretty good. Man, I'm actually really happy with the darn thing. Other than that, I did the third oil and filter change, and of course pulled the screens. Oil looked just as good as when I put it in last time, honestly, but you know, seasonal oil change. It's cheap, do it yourself. Yeah, so I would say she's good to go, ready for some adventures, and that's what we plan on doing this year. One other change that I do have coming is I've got a suspension shop that they're going to do my front forks for me. So that's the only negative that I could say about this bike. With my weight, this bike just needs some help in the front end or else it bottoms. So we'll take care of it, no big deal. And that's it. Haven't had any problems. Bike's running fantastic. The cold starts or just first starts have actually been perfect. The last, I don't know how many. It hasn't like done the single cylinder nonsense that a lot of people have had issues with, including myself. So yeah, it's just doing everything it should do, as you would hope. My son's bike, we got the Shorty OEM windshield back on because, you know, he wants to look a little cooler. And of course, the weather's warming up. So yeah, it definitely looks sportier. We added some graphics, again, from the same manufacturer, which really kind of helps the front end stand out quite a bit. And we put some new rubber on his bike, of course. Gosh, I don't even remember. Oh, I put Kenda tires on it. And I gotta say, price was right. Tread is fantastic. I like it a lot better than the OEM tread. Let's look at the rear here. Here's the rear, which is a lot better than the OEM tread. And really impressed. Went with stock sizes. As you can see, the 17 in the rear. Geez, I wish I could remember which model it was, but you know, if you really need to know, I could figure it out and add it to the comments. But yeah, we did the tires on this. Oil change, filter change, and of course clean the screens, and she's back in action. No problems whatsoever. The only other change that we did was these mirrors. These are, of course, fake carbon fiber, but they are less than $20, and they don't mount, or they could mount, to the original mirror mounts. But the whole point of this was to be able to rotate the controls without rotating the mirrors. So these are some cheap bar mount mirrors from our good friends at Amazon from China, and they're freaking amazing. They literally are rock solid. They look the part, better than the OEM. My son says, yeah, Dad, these are way better. So no vibration. He can, of course, rotate his controls for standing up riding or however he'd like. And the mirrors, man, they're just not in the way anymore. And shoot, if they break, who cares? Literally $20. So yeah, that's the old KTM 890, and let's see what we have for miles on this one, because my son rides the hell out of it. 4883. So we bought it with 1,500 miles on it a year ago. and he's been riding the heck out of it, doing great. We also we have some dirt bikes now too. These are GPX FSE 300Rs, 4-stroke, 300cc, ripping machines. So gotta be honest here. You know, the bikes are from China, and $5K a piece, and for the price of you know, a new KTM dirt bike, I've got two, one for me and one for my son, and they've been fantastic. We've been having a frickin' blast on them, beating them up, jumping them, getting crazy muddy, doing everything you could possibly do with a dirt bike, of course. And man, these things even come with a full road kit. So they come with turn signals, mirrors, headlight, brake light, license plate light. Everything that you could ask for comes in the packs. So yeah, gotta love them. So that's the official update, man. I hope you guys are doing well and getting out there and riding. And if anybody has any questions on the KTM stuff, parts, or anything like that, I'm sure I could help you out. And we will sign off. Peace.